All right, y'all. Welcome to our main segment. Our main topic today is the power of staying true to yourself. Okay. So, with that being said, when did you realize music was more than just a hobby and something you truly wanted to pursue?
When I first realized that it was more than a hobby is when people kept asking me to do it. Yeah.
The demand was high.
Right. I was like, I was just kidding at first, but it actually started. So I was a dancer. I'm still a dancer, but I was more into dancing growing up, and then I would play around here and there, write raps for fun. I still remember my first rap I wrote when I was 16, and things of that nature. But I was just playing. I thought I was just playing. But then God in the universe was like, okay, bet,
Yeah,
so,
it came easy to you. You ain't even know
okay, period. And so what had happened was I had got introduced to this artist in residency event that was happening when I think I was 20, 21. And I came in the room. It was a group of my friends and a couple other people. Like I just, I didn't know. And they were like, you want to get on this project or whatever. And they were like, write an 8-bar count. We're writing this project about, young people's experience downtown Minneapolis. And so I had a lot to say because that's when I was on 16 and, like getting back and forth between Minneapolis and stuff. And so after that, wrote a little 8-bar, recorded it, heard it back and fell in love. And then after that, people kept asking like, okay, perform at this open mic. Open mics galore, you know what I'm saying? People hear one 8-bar or one 16 when you're younger, they're like, come do it over here. And so after that, I never really stopped. And then when I started getting paid to do it, I was like, oh, it's over. It's over.
Y'all paid a bill with this?
Hold on a minute. Right. So yeah, I'm real grateful for that experience. And then also, the conversation about how as you grow and you get more bodies of work, more experience, stage presence, all the things, it just grows. And so I'm forever a student of hip hop music and, like our culture and stuff like that. But in short, to answer your question, that's when it turned from a hobby into like
a real thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is my thing. No, I love that. I love it. And it shows. It definitely shows through your music. And it shows too, like your growth, the wisdom that you've, acquired from everything that you've done. So that's dope.
And just to like extend it a little bit, like you speak about staying true to yourself in a lot of your music. Why is that so important to express musically?
Whew, yeah, that question right there is a really good one. So I'm like, how can I hit the margins, right? Because it's such a loaded conversation, but I'm gonna stay on time, right? It's so true for me to stay true to myself in my music because I identify as a Black person. I identify as a woman. I identify as a queer person. I'm big-bodied, right? So there's and a number of other things, but the intersections of my identities, like I'm myself and people alike, we're not experiencing the world the same as other folks who are conventionally acceptable in these other ways, heterosexual, slim, white, right? Like, and so I've been in spaces and places where I shouldn't have been and I wasn't supposed to be, but I wasn't aware at the time. So I always pay homage to my people, like the people who took me under their wing, Maya Maiden, Tish Jones, my big homie Herb, like AKA Trey, like that's my big homie, but at the same time we're still peers and that's one of my closest friends. But people in your life that can really guide you, give you wisdom and really invest in you, but also, humanize you, like you're learning, we're educated, we're going on along the way. So staying true to myself and having big homies and peers and friends and community and honest relationships is so important to me because I've been in work environments that psychologically damaged me. I've dealt with trauma, childhood upbringing, all the things, and I actually saw a book when I was getting y'all's vintage mixtapes, right? For y'all. I saw a book that I actually need to read in one of my bins. And that's one of my goals for 2026 is to finish all the books that I bought. And
literally talking talking about.
Okay, text me.
Like, we need to hold each other accountable.
Okay.
And like finish those books.
So whenever we see ourselves scroll, like 15 minutes.
Right. Couple pages. But there's this book, I forgot the name, but it's about Black girls in the educational system and how basically the pipeline of like our attitude and how we're suspended, put out the room, you know what I'm saying, ISS, and that pipeline to how that leads down the road to, you know, early childhood pregnancy, early this, early that, prison, dead, you know, all the things. So, and I was that little Black girl with an attitude, but I challenged authority, you know, in hindsight. So to bring it back, you know, for the sake of time. Yes, that's why it's so important for me to stay true to myself. And also I want to disrupt the notion right now for whoever's watching this, whenever you watch it, there's no shortage of platforms. There's no shortage of channels. There's no shortage of financial gain for what we want, right? Because I think that we think a lot of times we are like, in our community, we are raised in scarcity mentality. So we got to conform to society, straighten your hair, put the makeup on, do this, do that, change yourself, all this other stuff, look like this, talk like this, walk light, be prissy, act a certain way. As a woman, you shouldn't be talking like that. Hell no. Hell no, it's not true. And I think being true to yourself, putting your values out there and being honest, you attract the right people. You attract the right opportunities. And I've seen it with my eyes, my own eyes. Like there's been times I've had opportunities where I'm like, I had no idea that this place existed, this organization, this group of people, this opportunity is there. It's just not mainstream. And that's not what I'm into, right?
I love that because you're not confirming yourself to those people's values. You're sticking to your values. That's what makes you important. It's what your value is, not what other people perceive you as. So I love that. So my next question to you is, what was the biggest challenge you faced while trying to build your name in the Twin Cities?
Learning everything that we just talked about.
The right people to walk with, like you said, the people that your peers, people that you found.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. We finna answer the question for her. Because what I learned from her talking is the fact that you telling your individual story, but a story that's gonna help a lot of other people who's living similar dynamics you're living. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about the artists that I'm sticking to in my mind, because they're telling a certain story. I don't care about the masses. This is for me, and I want the world to know this is how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, I really love that. So I think that's what separates you from everybody else who trying to, you know what I mean? I got a lot of auto-tune and I'm trying to sound like, you know what I mean, one of these. So I love it.
Even if you want to add the attitude, that's fine. As long as you're still coming through as the person that you want to be. Not what other people are telling you that you need to be like. You know? You're kind of erasing that and just going with your flow, your style, your fashion, your everything, you know? Because it's from you.
I love it. My last question is, where does your creative inspiration come from when writing music?
Staying present in the know right now in my body, right?
So you're not trying to like, hey, this is what's hot right now, I'm going to make that.
If I'm moved by it. Yeah. If I'm moved by it, sure. But not all the time. I think that there have been times when I was younger that I definitely tried like, okay, you know, like let me keep up with the times in that way. I had the most anxiety in my body in that time. It was like you're working from the outside in. Right. And so one story that comes to mind is, okay, you would have to find this on Bandcamp or something. I think this song is on Bandcamp. Oh my God. But actually, all my music's on Bandcamp.
Yeah. Shout out to Bandcamp. I got a little something on there too. We talk about it. Link in bio for all our Bandcamps, man.
Yes. Keep it there. Yep. So I did a song called Little Weapon. Over Little Weapon. Back in the day, me and the homie Batman, the kid, he was so crazy. I was at home. He called me. I missed the call. He left me a voicemail. I'm at home watching it was either Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society. It was one of the two. And I was just so moved by, but it was probably both of them. I remember watching them as a kid, and then I just rewatched them one day. I want to say I was like 22, 23. He called me, missed his voicemail right after I was done watching the movies. I listened to his voicemail. He was like, I want you to be on this song with me. It's about violence. You know what I'm saying? Violence, black men in the hood, blah, 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 all the things. Call me back if you want to be on it. Before I called him back, I wrote the verse because I was so moved. I was so moved by it was the movie, the timing, and being older and having more awareness. I also watched at the time, I was just on a documentary binge, but I watched Bloods and Crips Made in America, Boys in the Hood, and Menace to Society back to back within a week span. So by the time he hit me with that voicemail, I was like, I gotta move right now. Wrote the verse. A couple of days later, went and recorded it, and he was like, I might need to re-record my verse. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just the feature. But I'm supposed to elevate the song. Right. But I was so moved. So I said that to say those movies are old. That documentary that made in the early 90s or, late 90s. So it wasn't present, but that is a topic that we need to be aware of and keep in motion.